Welcome to Algebra 2 CST release question number 41. It says Jenny is solving the equation x squared minus 8x equals 9 by completing the square. So got to know what that means right there. What is completing the square? How do we do that? What number should be added to both sides of the equation to complete the square? So I'm going to rewrite what I have here. Completing the square, though, it's exactly what it sounds like. We need to do something that will complete or make it something times itself, something that is squared. So that's going to be my next step here. Notice I'm leaving a blank spot right here. That's where the completing the square part goes or gets filled in. And so right here, what goes in right here into this spot so that I can have something that will go down here that's something times itself, something squared. What goes in that spot is, hopefully we remember, but if not, it's b over 2a squared. Now what do b and a stand for? B and a are the numbers, the coefficients in front of a respectively the x squared part and b the x part. And so b is negative 8, don't forget to include the sign that's there, and then this is going to be the c part that I'm filling in. And so what is b over 2a squared? I'd have 8 over 2 times 1, and I'm squaring that whole thing. This is 8 over 2, which is 4. So 4 squared is 16. So what goes in right here, I should have, looks like a positive 16. But if I do that to one side of the equation, I need to do that to the other side of the equation. And now it says what number should be added to both sides to complete the square. I'd actually be done right there. So that's the number that should be added. The b over 2a squared part is 16. My final answer would be choice D. I'm going to show you how the rest would go, though, if we had to solve for x. We don't actually have to do that here, but let's do that just so that we know how to do that in case something like that comes up on a CST or a final exam, something like that. And so what's going to be the right combination, the right factorization of this? I can think of two numbers that multiply to positive 16, add to negative 8. It would be negative 4 and negative 4. And so I'd have x minus 4 times itself, in other words, x minus 4 squared. There I have completed the square. By doing so, I have something times itself that's going to equal this side, which is 25. From there, what would I do? I would take the square root of both sides, and this would go away. And I would be thinking of this as plus or minus that value. So I would have x minus 4 equals plus or minus, and then this would be 5 right there. Adding 4 to both sides gives you that x equals 4 plus or minus 5. So that means you have 4 plus 5 as one option or 4 minus 5 as another option. That means your final answers, had you had to solve this, would be 9 or negative 1. But what we're looking for here, our final answer, we already found it way up here, because that's what you needed to fill in to complete the square. But just so you know, that's how you would finish something like that if you had to. Number 41, choice D.